Hi everybody, it's Harmony with Harmony Stitches, and this is my channel where I talk about my crafting adventures, which is usually cross stitch and some knitting thrown in, and every once in a while some crochet. So this week we have the last tidbits of the summer sock camp going on, and we have my focus stitch and my whip wheels. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about those things. First up we'll talk about the knitting. Summer Sock Camp, hosted by the Crazy Sock Lady here on YouTube, is running from June 1st to August 31st, so we don't have much time left, and I wanted to get one more pair of socks in. So I talked about this yarn, I think last week, a couple weeks ago in my video, so just double check that. I don't have the ball band with me, it's stuck upstairs. But I did complete sock number 1. And I actually told my daughter this looks kind of Christmassy with the green and the red. So sock 1 is finished. I did do the knit 1, purl 1 ribbing with a twisted rib on the knit stitches. And I started sock number 2. And on my way home from church, I finished up the heel turn. I did the heel flap and the heel turn. So that means I'm almost there. I just have to pick up the gusset stitches and do those decreases and then do the foot and the toe, which that part doesn't take very long. With this yarn, I was actually surprised that I only needed to do 27 rows for the foot, so it won't take me very long at all to finish that. So you'll see the completed project hopefully by next week, because it's the 29th of August and Summer Sock Camp ends the 31st, so I have to hurry up with that. Okay. Last week's wheel spin landed on Witching Hour by the Prairie Schooler. And I had the tree and the owl and the pumpkin and the word yes done. And my goal for the week was to get the fence post and the numbers done. If I was lucky, I wanted to get the words goodbye finished as well. So I stitched on this. Mostly I stitched on it Sunday and Monday, but then I stitched more on it yesterday. And I was able to get the goal finished. So I finished the fence, which took about 9 strands of floss. The numbers took 2 strands, and I think the words took 1. And then I started on the tree over here, because I had, oops, sorry about that. I had extra floss on my needle, so I did a little bit, and then when I went back, I put some more in there. And I went to the edge here. This is the edge of the tree. And I did put the word no, and I did do the eyes on the owl. I got those done too. So, not bad for 1 week, especially when I have such a huge focus piece I'm working on. So we're getting there. I figure probably another 4 or 5 weeks and I'll get this one done, so it just needs to come up on the wheel a couple more times. Alright, and then the focus piece, which if you've been with me for any length of time, you know that it is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And my goal this week was to get page number 4 finished, and this is what I have. So page 4 started here in the middle of this thing and went this way. So it was quite a bit of stitching. And I actually am almost finished. I just have this little corner here to do. And there's a bunch of grapes, and it's just a couple of grapes there in the corner. The problem is I can't reach it, so I have to move the frame. But that's page 4 and 5. So I was oops, my floss is falling down. I stitched 1 strand of it this morning for my Sunday work. I have 7 more to go, but I had to stop because I can't reach it and I needed to move the frame, but I wanted to show you what it looked like first. I wanted to show you my progress. So my plan for that one is to take it off the frame. There's a little bit below the corner of the frame that I needed to get done. It's right here. Underneath of this rabbit, there's a crown, and I couldn't get the top of the crown done at the position that it was before. So I will just stitch that in hand really quickly because it's just a couple of stitches. And then I will move the frame over. I will finish up that top corner of page number 4. And then this week I will work on page 3, I think. Well, what's underneath of 3? 6, 7, 8. Page 8 and then page 3. So that's my goal this week. I don't know if I'll be able to get the rest of page 8 done and then complete page 3, but whatever I get done is going to be great progress. I'm almost there. So we'll only be seeing this probably through October. It just depends on how long it takes me to do the back stitching. Like I said before, I may not do all of the back stitching. It just has to make sense to me. Otherwise, I'm not going to spend the time on it. So we'll see. But then I actually have purchases and a new start, and they're all rolled into one. So let's talk about that before we get to the wheel spin for this week. So I had some spending money, and I was debating on what to do with that. I was thinking I was going to save up to buy another set of needles to finish out my collection. I think I have 2 more sets to buy, and my collection will be complete. But then I decided to not do that and to buy this set of charts that I have been waiting on. I actually have the finishing piece for already. I've had it for a year. So I said, okay, stop it with this nonsense. You have the money for them, and you've had the finishing piece for a year. It's time to get started. So I bought, here, let's show you the back. I bought the Halloween Rules set. I bought all of them. So there's six different charts. You buy them all, and you can stitch them together or separate. I'm going to stitch them together with that free border that says Halloween Rules, and the border goes down. So I'm going to do that. I can't show you the inside, but each one comes with a little pack of buttons, and some of the buttons are a little bit different, but this one has these. Stick it back in there so I don't lose it. Let's see. This one has an orange one. See there on the dog. This one has an orange one there in the tree. I thought they were different, but they must be similar. This one has 3 buttons, but I only see 2 of them on the chart, and it's the pumpkin. It's eyes. But then I see another orange one like that other, but I don't see it on there. The mummy has some the skeleton has some eyes. And this one, oh, that's because that was that one chart. It's on the witch's hat. But I forgot like the second chart. So there's like ones for the ghost eyes. So the orange button is for the moon. So they all have little buttons that go with them, and they're just fun little charts, and I've been wanting to stitch these for a while. So I did get a start on this. I did pull out some floss, and I threw in some tags. But I just pulled out some from my stash, so I don't have very many yet. But my plan is to start with the border on the bottom, because I stitch from the bottom up, and do each block whatever color I have, and then as I can get floss, then I'll go back to those beginning blocks and continue to stitch and finish them as I go. So I put 3 strands of floss in this already, and the side border here, let me stand up straight. The side border is as tall as 1 block, and then this is 2/3 of another block. I have a little bit more to go before it's as wide as it's going to be. This is 28 count Monaco. It's a long piece. It's 37 inches long, but I don't think I need it all. This is actually the piece that I originally dyed, coffee and tea dyed, for the Alice in Wonderland sale by Owl Force Embroidery, but as you can see, it's quite dark on that side. It's a lot lighter on this side, so I chose it for Halloween Rules. So, my other 2 pieces were also stitched on 28 count Monaco, both antique white, I believe. This one, I don't know what the base color was when I started with it, but now it's coffee tea dyed, so. All right, so that was my purchases for the week and my secret new start. I will probably just put a strand in this maybe every day or whenever I feel like it. I'm not in any rush. I know I'm not going to get it done for this October anyway, so I'm not in any rush to finish it just yet. But that was purchases and surprise start. Okay, this one. Okay, this came up on the wheel. Okay, I was gonna say it came up on the wheel this week, but I don't have floss, but I found it. It was hidden inside. So this one I started during Stitch Mania in 2020. It did come up on the whip wheel at least once, and I gotta be honest, I skipped it because I don't want to finish it. I am stitching it on, I believe this is a 28 count Picture This Plus of some kind. This is the little Halloween sampler by Opal. I will link it below. It's a free pattern. I'm stitching it with number 8 pearl cotton, and I don't like it. I like the look of it, I just don't like stitching it. I think I just noticed I have a half a stitch there. Oh, those are those are back stitches. I'm like, what did I do on that skull? So I am over 50% done with this because the tombstone, this is hard to show. The tombstone is in the middle, so as you can see, like, I'm about 50% finished. That's a really big bat there in the center. It's a really big bat here. So these are the colors. Looks like I'm out of black. I have to go dig some up. But these are the colors that I pulled for. I have no idea what color numbers they are. The pearl cotton numbers are the same as the 6-stranded floss numbers. So, but I have no idea what numbers they are. I think I wrote them down and kept a book for my Stitch Mania pieces, but, oh, here it is. Let's see. I did write it down on a little piece of paper. So I'm using Blanc 310, 741, 972, 413, and 469. Those are the colors I'm using. So if you wanted to stitch this, you could definitely stitch this with my color conversion, and because they use Opal floss, but you could use my color conversion. I'll put it below, and then you could just grab the DMC skeins instead of using pearl cotton. If you want to use pearl cotton, I would suggest 14 count Ada because it goes through the holes a little bit better, unless you got a different size pearl cotton. But this is linen, and I believe it's 28 count. This is the first piece of fabric that I bought when I came back to stitching, and I have no idea where the tag is. I probably threw it away. I didn't keep stuff like that when I started, so. Okay, so this was the wheel spin. I'll work on that a little bit. I'm gonna be honest here, I'm probably not gonna put too much effort into it because I don't know how to go. I do have a little tiny hoop that I will use. That does help a little bit, but maybe let's see if I can get the tombstone done, and then we'll go from there. If I can get the tombstone done, then I'll feel like I made some progress on it, and then I'll just keep chipping away. All right, so that is all that I have to share with you this week. Let's see, overall goals for the week. Finish my sock for Summer Sock Camp, get that entry in for the drawings that she will be having for that event. I will work on page 8, completing page 8, and then working up to page 3 on Pandemic. I will work on little Halloween samplers, see if I can get that tombstone done, and then I'll throw a couple strands into Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. And then I will see you back here next Sunday with update on the progress, see if I met those goals, and we'll see what comes up next. All right, until then, have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.